Good morning, traders. We're back in the saddle. Back from a slight long vacation, nice long vacation, and I am ready to get back in the markets here. Yeah, I see it's been a pretty active market. You got right at this moment, it's hot, hot, hot. 8 o'clock on the dot. TNXP making moves. Yep. So, anyways, guys, I missed you guys. I'm back. I've been out of town, for the holidays. You had Thanksgiving, so I took a little break. Had to get away for a minute, and actually, I'm gonna be gone tomorrow as well. Going out of town again to handle some business. I am going out of town. TNXP with a nice ascending triangle. Well, I'll take that back. Not necessarily a ascending. It started as a ascending triangle, broke up under it, and now that's the resistance point. So kind of watch it for it to break over the overall triangle. But yeah, so I see the market's been hot. Back to the talking about the markets. The market's been hot, and there it is breaking over with volume. So keep an eye on that. Um, so yeah, it's been a hot market from what I've been seeing. I've been checking in with the markets every day. If not on my phone, I've been checking it wherever I have access. Um, this sucker is moving and grooving. But anyway, I've been checking it from my phone, checking it. So I've been in tune with the market. I see yesterday he had a couple. I think it was ASNS. Was that yesterday or the day before? Yesterday was ALQA. And a couple others I was watching. I actually was able to trade yesterday. I got back, but I'd say I want to give myself a full day to clear my mind. Get back in the saddle, and then I'll start fresh today. So anyway, we're back at it. I'm looking at this TNXP. All eyes are on TNXP, obviously, right now. I got 78,000 shares traded. Let's see here. And it is a recent reverse split as I see it. Is we're split yesterday before the bell. So that's always good for business, always good um, for volatility's sake. For the sake of volatility, the more volatile a stock is, the more opportunity to make money. So that basically means the larger the range of it. So that's more money making opportunities. So anyway, um, there's no real near resistance here. So it actually looks like it has room to run up to about the $7 area here. You can see the next closest is around that $7 area, 6.80 to $7. So it got room to run. It has a whole dollar, looks like, to run. So yep. So I'll go ahead and mark that on the chart here for reference sake. There's no true resistance until you really hit that $7. See, the thing is with the think of swim charts here, it's when it comes to like a reverse stock, it's a little. It just the chart looks similar to this, and it's a little crazy. But I'll mark it here. Yep. So I'm not gonna be on here long today because I'm gonna be, focusing on trying to get back into trading mode. So I'll just be on here maybe till 8:10, 8:15. But anyway, but in the meantime, yep, we got a couple stocks running. It's a good time to be in the markets. This is when you make the most money, as far as day trading is concerned. Around this period every year, around 90, I'm sorry, around November, December, and January, it's pretty active months, and this sucker is going. I personally don't want to trade it yet. I would probably wait for the bell myself. Um, as it's very active now, and this is a good time to get in. But the volume is still, slightly low, so it's a little harder to read it. You know, yeah, we see what it's doing. It is going up. That's obvious. It's going up, but you need a little more volume for me anyway. But there's definitely money to be made here. You can make money here right now. You could have, anybody who jumped in at the $5 break. Heck, if you jumped in there, you got a whole dollar if you held properly. So it's a lot of money to be made. But as far as for me is concerned, my strategy, it's I would like to for a little more volume here. It's at 120,000 shares traded currently. And the overall market, let's see what's going on overall in the market. Get a macro view. So the market is just slightly lower, but it's not a sell-off, a major sell-off. So you're gonna have the sentiment is pretty much even right now. It's not going too high or too low. As far as other plays are concerned, you got a couple higher float stocks. Let me take a look here. Let's just go down the list here. This is higher float stocks. It's 523 shares traded here. It's $3, but it's over 100 million shares in a float. So that means it's definitely not moving much. Um, you got NIO. NIO. I've been looking at this stock for a long time, not for day trading, because you can see here right now it's in a range. But for a more longer term, I really believe this is a stock to watch. Its financials were good. It's actually a recent IPO, and then the financials backed it up. Um, and let me see here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep looking at TNXP. It got my attention. But yeah, the financials are good on it. So thus far, $1.51 actual earnings per share. So this is a good long-term play. I know we're not. This is a day trading channel, so I won't stick to speaking of long-term too long. But this is one I have my eye on. I'm about to put some money here and just let it sit, and let it do whatever it wants to do. Um, and also, when you see a stock like TNXP, and yesterday ALQA, this is actually good news for us day traders. Why? Not only because this is a money making opportunity, but when you see these stocks, when you see these stocks, wow, you got a stock went up $11 here. Let me see here. When you see these stocks move like TNXP is moving, it tends to spark. Uh, it tends to spark other stocks to go. So it's actually good when one stock like TNXP goes. Even if you miss the bus here, usually it's something a couple right behind it. As Ross says, I do follow Ross. Sympathy momentum. People looking for other plays because they felt like they missed out on this play. So therefore, other things start to run up shortly behind it. So it's actually a good thing all the way around. This stock went up. It's $85, but it went up $11. It must be a buyout or something. Let me see here. This stock jumped high, man. Whatever this is, somebody made some good money if they went from $73 to $85. But anyway, back to it. Just some things caught my eye. NIHD popping up on the scans. It's very low volume though, hardly any volume, but just popped up. 534. Yeah, that's not much. Um, one second. I'm getting caught up here because, as I said, I've been away for a while, so I'm actually trying to get my settings back together, getting everything back in order here. Set my scanners back properly. So yeah, when you see a stock like TNXP going off like it is, you see right now, there's it's a little selling pressure going, but not much. But anyway, you see a stock like that, then you'll see plenty more come behind it. I'm not sure if this was the Kickstarter. It may have been a Kickstarter stock yesterday or Monday or even Tuesday. Um, that caused this to go off. But one way or the other, just remember, usually when you see that one that you see just pop up after a period of time where it wasn't many runners, then you can be assured. From my experience, I've been in dibbling and dabbling in this for 2 years, almost 2 years. February will be 2 years. It always happens that way. You see one go up, then shortly after you'll see two, three others. But now, here's the kicker with that. Obviously, it's day trading, so you're supposed to be in and out of your trades anyway. You shouldn't be holding trades long anyway. But here's the kicker with that. What I've noticed is usually with those sympathy plays, usually, not all the time, but I'll say a good 80-90% of the time, they're going to be fake outs. They're going to jump up and then they're going to come right back down because market makers and those behind the scenes, they know that once a stock such as this goes up, and traders are looking for other stocks to because they feel like they missed the boat here. They know that traders are gonna be looking for the next big thing. So what they'll do is they'll help to boost the stock up, and that's their opportunity to sell to you. Um, but this was a perfect pattern here. I have another pattern that I look for, and I'm actually going to show you something right now. I'm going to show you where this stock is going to go. You ready to see? All right, so you got the Fibonacci. All right, so it's going to tell you exactly where it's going to go here, or it should go. Well, it actually went a little above where it should have went. And you do Fibonacci, it'll tell you. Once you study this stuff long enough, it'll tell you where a stock is going to go and exactly where it's going to go. I didn't draw it out for that one ahead of time, so I wasn't able to capitalize. But that's one small tip there for you guys. I'm not even gonna. Is the stream going here? All right, there it is. Yeah. So I can get into that another day. The Fibonacci, the fibs. Um, 50% retracement, 68%, 70, and all that good stuff. 72, 96, all that good stuff. But that's for another day. But it's definitely hit that. So it's strong. It's a very strong play. You see the volume here is very high. It picked up. So seller traders are definitely into this stock. There's a lot of eyes here. This could be one of those novas. Who knows? Sometimes you run across those supernovas, the ones that start going and keep going until it hits $10, $12. So who knows? But I'm not. I'm just throwing that out there, not saying that's what it's gonna do, but it's definitely looking pretty strong at this moment. So keep an eye on that. I'm gonna wait to the bell myself. Too very extended at this point on the 5 minute here, as you can see. It's not very, but it's off of that 9 EMA pretty far. You want to kind of stick around it, or you either even retrace to it and then you get in. Just kind of keep an eye on it. Then I'll go ahead and look at the overall. I'll look at some other stocks and plays. Some money to be made there. But see, the key in this game, as you can see, I'm practicing, is patience. And the two biggest things I say, well, it's three, but the two that will lead to the third one is discipline and patience. Those two things will take you very far in this game. If you don't have discipline or you don't have patience, you're not gonna get very far. You may win some. Everybody's gonna. It's just like flipping a coin. You're gonna get lucky sometimes. But here's the third one: consistency. So, but in order to get to consistency, you need the first two. You need discipline and you need patience. I saw another YouTuber's video the other day, speaking with a gentleman, and he was saying, it's five keys, which you can say that. The other, it was those three, and then it was passion and one other trait. But they basically said you need discipline, you need patience, you need passion and consistency, and one other thing. But honestly, the only ones you truly need are the first two I just mentioned: discipline and patience. Discipline to be able to follow your risk um, profile. If you said I'm gonna stop out with no more than a $50 loss, or my max loss is no more than $400, $500, whatever it is, and you stick to that, or if your discipline could be, oh, I'm only gonna do two trades a day, no more. I don't care what happens. You gotta follow it. That's discipline. You got to be able to follow it. Now, as you can see, I have a resistance line up here. Let's see how it reacts. You see, this is already pre-drawn. I didn't just draw it just because this stuff is up here. I drew it before it got even anywhere near there. That's what you have to do. You have to be ahead of the game, because that way you can have a plan. If you're not ahead of the game, you can't make a plan. You'll just be kind of just riding this thing and just not knowing what's going on, any overhead resistance. So you need to know that. So yeah. Anyway, you need that discipline. Um, it took me a long time, and I still fight with it sometimes, but I'm definitely working on getting better at it. Um, and yeah, that'll get you far, man. But you must, before you really even, I tell you what, before you even really focus on making money or profiting or anything else in this market, focus on discipline. Just start with that. So what I mean by that, you can start with, say you got a $1,000 account, 5,000, 10,000, whatever. Just take 100 shares, no more than 200 shares of any stock that you trade. Just only 200, and then just practice on your rules, which is your rules could say, oh, I'm not gonna trade it. I'm only gonna trade up to 3 times a day. So after those 3 times, this happens to me plenty of times where I set rules, but then I may see something pop up after it. Like say I took two trades already today, and then I see this popping up. I would tend to want to just get in regardless of my rule. But you gotta stick to it, man. It's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off in the end. It's gonna. You have to tell yourself, you know, do not get caught up in the moment. It's going to pay off. But as you can see around this area that I put, it's having a little fight. Not to say it's not gonna go over, but you see it having a little fight there. So that was a key area. Now, it could continue up, but you see what happened when it got to that point. It reacted, you know. So that's why it's important to map out and plan everything before you do it. So you have an idea of profit targets. You have an idea of your stop loss areas. Key areas where traders are going to react, or what I call decision points. You get to those decision points, points where it's like a crossroad. Um, but yeah, this is looking like this. I've seen some supernovas in my day. A couple supernovas, stocks that go up. We all have seen them. That goes up $10, $5, $10, $20. Some of them over $100. And I'm telling you, this has some of the traits thus far. Um, but keep it in mind, keep it in play. It is a recent reverse split, so it will move easily. It's only got a little over 1 million shares in the float. That is excellent for volatility. If you know what you're doing, because it's excellent, but it's a double-edged sword. It could be excellent, or it could take you out in one trade. So you have to definitely know what you're doing here when you're dealing with these stocks. But it can handsomely reward you if you do. All right, guys. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and watch the market. I tell you what, I'm gonna just go down a list here and see what's hot right now, really quickly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and log off for today. I gave you a lesson for today, something that you could take with you for years and years and years. So take heed. Man, this stock fell off big time. Uh, this was the stock from the other day. Let me go ahead and zoom out here. TNXP pulling back some. TNXP is leading the gap scanners here. It is taking over. You really can't see many other stocks because of that one's taking over. So that tells you all. If nothing else tells you, the scanner is telling you all eyes is on TNXP. You got. Let's see what else is going on here. That's pretty much the mover right now. But again, it's a good thing because now with that one moving, I can guarantee you're gonna see at least 2 to 3 pop-ups today. I guarantee it. I've been watching and I know this market enough to know that you're gonna see it's going to happen. So you see TNXP now, but I guarantee you're gonna have at least 2 more plays. Oh yeah, also another reason. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me go down the list here. See the top active stocks, top gainers. Oh yeah, that's a gainer, all right. Uh, but it's out of my price range to see all of these gappers though. You see the market as a whole is it's looking good. You see all of these gappers, they're on a higher mark time, higher price range, but it gives you a picture of the overall market. And DCAS had a reverse split. Oh man, we could talk about this one. I could have told you that that was gonna come down. That would have been an excellent short. Excellent, excellent short. And this stock was actually at $3 before the split. I think you know what I think. I know I'm not into conspiracy theories, but I think because people were making money so easily with
D Jazz, and then it was at a price range that we all can, trade it. Even the small accounts, they could not allow that, so they did a reverse split on that sucker, and put it back way up out of the range of the average trader, retail trader, because it was at $3 the other day. It's not gonna show here. It's not reflected on this, but it was $3. Anybody that knows. Here you go. You got the announcements. You see, announces the reverse split. That was on the 16th. That was well, that was when this notice came out, but it actually reversed like a couple days ago. But yeah, it was at $3 and some change. And I'll tell you how this works. I'll give you. I'm gonna give you. No, I'll give you that on the next episode. I'm giving you too much in one sitting, but it's a lot to. It's a lot of good information I'm gonna give you. But anyway, it's that's pretty much it for the runners for right now. You watch that market because I can. You got my word for it. I promise you, there's gonna be at least two runners, two stocks that run 50 cent or higher. I call a runner anything that'll run 50 cent within a 10 15 minute time period, or higher. I consider that a runner. And this sucker here is looking lovely for those who are in it. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for today. TNXP leading the way. And anyway, I'm gonna be out tomorrow, Friday. I'll let you know that now. Um, I'm gonna be going out of town. I'm coming back late Monday, so I won't even be trading Monday either. I'll be back Tuesday of next weekend. Also, being that it's the first of the month coming up, sure trade is gonna be taking out their 104, $104. So whatever profit I make today, if I make any trades, you, regardless, you're gonna see negative $104 from this equity tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, next week, like Monday or two. When I come back, the next time I live stream, it's gonna be $104 less than whatever I leave today with because of the trade trader fee. So just keep that in mind. Don't think, oh, he's lost all his money or whatever that case may be. No, it'll be the sure trader monthly fee starting on the first, December 1st. It's $104 for me. You can get a cheaper one, but it wouldn't come with full level two. It'll just have one line up here. For like that'll be like $50, $60. But for the full package, well, it's not even the full package. I got most of the package, and that's $104. I got like 80% of the package. All right, guys. So that's it for today. Catch you guys later.